Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. I haven't put out a video for a while, a proper tinnitus video. If you watched my last video, you'll know why that is. I had not been well, and it was tinnitus related. For those that haven't watched the last video, I got complacent with my tinnitus and I wasn't practicing the methods that I advocate on my own channel. I'd strayed away from it, I just hadn't bothered doing them, and that's why I ended up in a bad place again. But I am better now, and I am back to my level 1 or 2 self, and I am not hearing the title of this video is Not Hearing My Tinnitus Again, and how did I get back to that again. So I'll start off with that. What I did was I went back to my my methods and my practices that helped me get there in the first place. This was meditations that I do, the self-hypnosis audio files that I know a lot of you have, I've sent a lot of them out to you guys out there. I started doing those every night again. Amanda has been giving me a pseudo cranial massage at the back of this area of my head every night, pretty much every night. Thanks Amanda. And that that always helps. That brings my tinnitus back down. I haven't been doing my Tai Chi regularly again. I tried it again the other day. And I was rubbish at it because I haven't done it for so long, so that's something I need to get back into. But the meditations and the massage at the back of the head, and also training in a more mind over matter way at the gym helped a lot. That's helped me. But more importantly than that, and I think a big part of the problem that us tinnitus people have is we tend to overthink things, and we'd had a lot of issues going on, and I was basically I've stopped trying to sort out or think about and sort out all the issues and everybody all at the same time. I've taken myself out of it and taken time back for myself and give myself time to get back to where I need to be, which is where I am now. So it's lovely to be back there. So that's pretty much what I did. I went back to basics. So that's why I'm making the video tonight. Now I'm going to get into a couple of Q&As, but before I do that, I want to talk about something that I have also found, and I've spoken about these methods, the Tai Chi, the self-hypnosis, the meditations, going to the gym, mind into the body, and keeping on your path, etc. But I've also found something else that helped me that I don't think I've spoken very much about. I may have mentioned it before, but I want to talk about another thing that can help, another method that can help with tinnitus, relief of tinnitus and reducing tinnitus, is distraction or focus of the mind into something else to distract the mind away from the noise. What do I mean by this? To help me get back to where I am now, and something else that I have found helped me, and I didn't really think about it till I was feeling better, was I was in my garage, and I had been focusing on doing things in my garage that required focus and detail, making certain parts of my motorcycles that I'm really into, and it distracted my brain away from the noise that I'd been hearing from my tinnitus. It distracted my brain away from that. I hadn't been good, and my tinnitus had been like a level 4 or 5, wasn't good. And I went out there and I was doing this, and without noticing it, my tinnitus had gone down and diminished and gone down. And I did this a few days, doing things in my garage, and each time I found that it reduced the tinnitus that I was hearing. So that distraction of the mind away from the noise just proves that it is the brain that's causing this noise, and you can put the tinnitus into the background by focusing the brain on something else. That's what I'm trying to get across. So that is another method that can help reduce and get relief from tinnitus. Distraction and focus of the brain onto something else. That's what I've found has helped me. Okay, I'm going to get into a couple of questions now, and you will notice that I am now wearing my glasses because my eyesight has deteriorated further, and this was due to gabapentin. I did a couple of videos on gabapentin, so if there's any new subscribers out there and your doctor wants to prescribe you gabapentin, be very wary. I have done videos on this. For me, it has deteriorated. It is the cause of the deterioration of my eyesight. My eyesight was absolutely perfect before I took it, and within 3 months it's gone down to where I'm having to wear glasses to even read some of the questions on my posts. So be wary. Right, first question. Michael Ellis asked me, have I had any luck with getting a UK doctor to look at the procedures, the procedure that I had done in Florida? You're very interested to hear about this. In short, no. I've spoken to two doctors about a repeat of this procedure that I had in Florida, or is there anything in the UK similar to this? And I've told them that it did work for me, only temporarily, but it did work. It had an effect. It did something. This area at the back of the head, I'm convinced, for me at least, and I think for a lot of people with tinnitus, it seems to happen a lot. This area at the back of the head, there is something going on there in relation to tinnitus, and that's why when I have this area massaged either by Amanda or my cranial sacral therapist, it always brings the tinnitus down, and it has an effect pretty much instantly. So there's something going on with it. But as far as the doctors are concerned that I've spoken to in this country, they are dismissive of it. And what did they say? I took a couple of notes of what they said to me. Yeah, what one of them said to me was, anyone can inject a steroid to alleviate pain, and I tried to explain where it wasn't pain as such. It was the sound that I hear as tinnitus. It wasn't so much pain that it was relieving, these injections. It was the intensity and sound of my tinnitus, and in fact at one point it went away for a couple of hours. They don't seem to want to take this on at all. Very dismissive. And yeah, pretty much there's nothing happening with it in this country. They're dismissive of it. They've never heard of it. They don't believe it can work. Well, they don't seem to believe that it can work, even though I'm telling them it did. In fact, one of them asked me, how do I think it worked? Well, I don't know. I don't know how it worked. I'm just telling you it did. But yeah, basically no luck with that, and I don't think it's anything worth me really pursuing, because it's just coming up against a brick wall so far. So, but if anything changes, I'll let you know. So Christian Scargo, you asked me, hi Aid, I tend to agree with Mustang. This is about tinnitus retraining therapy. You sent me a manual, Christian. I haven't read it yet. Must admit, I haven't read it yet. I will do. I'll let you know what I think about it. I haven't had my appointment for tinnitus retraining therapy, but I'm going to attend it and see what I think about it. As you've said, it probably won't do a lot for me personally, because I'm already, or can get to, like I am now, where I don't hear my tinnitus during the day at all. So it probably won't be a great benefit to me, but I want to find out more about it and what it's about, and if there is anything in it that will help me further. But I'll keep you updated on that. And I had a post from a new subscriber, Feral Dream, and you wrote, this was in relation to my last video where I'd been saying I'd been suffering with my tinnitus, it had been bad, and the reasons why I gave about being complacent with it, and allowing things to overtake me again, and getting angry, to be honest, which is a big one for me. And you wrote, I hear you, bro. I'm guessing you're a biker. Same story with me. I was sorted for the most part of December and February, but 2 weeks ago it came back. For me, it came back right after I started working out again. You seem to be a gym rat like me. I'm really scared to even lift a dumbbell again. If I can think of one trigger that kicked it back, it was a heavy gym workout. I did try to work differently, slow, measured with happy music, but I really don't think it worked. However, you've put, I was also having shitloads of stress before it came back. Severe panic attacks and anxiety, bad enough that I was close to calling 911. Right, and you've put, am I still working out with weights? Yeah, and do I think the workout was a trigger, I think is what you're asking me. For me, working out at the gym really helps me. But I train differently now to what I used to train. When I used to train, I've said this before, I used to train very aggressively, a lot of aggression to get those reps out. But I don't train in the same way anymore. That is not helpful to get aggressive for tinnitus. I don't train in the same way. I train in a much more mind into the body and mind over matter type way of training, similar to where my mind is when I'm practicing my Tai Chi, and it always helps me. And I would say to you, maybe try and change again the way that you train. Don't train with aggression. Make it much more of a mind into the body and mind over matter than getting aggressive. And where you've put you had shitloads of stress before it came back, that would be much more likely to be the reason that your tinnitus increased, shitloads of stress, rather than going to the gym. So that's my answer for you there. Try and train in a different way. Let me know how you get on with that. I find going to the gym helps me a lot. And I had a question from Joanne Donkey4, and you've written, this is an interesting question, this one. Hi Aid, do you ever find after a treatment, craniosacral therapy, your tinnitus spikes? I just had a session, it was fantastic, relaxing, but now about 3 hours later it's super loud. I've never experienced this. Every time I've had a craniosacral therapy session, I've always felt better while I'm having it, and when I leave the clinic I'm always more relaxed, my tinnitus has gone down and I feel a lot better. I've never had it increase. Boy, my eyesight's bad. Yeah, you say it was fantastic and relaxing, but now 3 hours later it's super loud. I think the reason for this could be that when you've had the craniosacral therapy session and it was fantastic and relaxing, and your tinnitus has gone down and it has improved, and the intensity has gone down and the volume has gone down, when you've left your clinic, 3 hours later you say, is when it went super loud. It could well be that it's not the therapy, the craniosacral therapy, that's increased it. The craniosacral therapy has reduced it, and your tinnitus is just returning to the level that it was at before you had the session. But because you've been in a better place after the session, it feels that much worse. I hope that makes sense. So you've gone in with tinnitus being quite bad, you've had your cranial therapy session, it's gone back down again, lovely, fantastic. You've left 3 hours later, it's then returned for whatever reasons to where it was before, but it feels worse because you've been in a better place for a period of time. I think that can happen quite a lot. Sometimes I've had periods of time where I haven't been hearing my tinnitus all day, which is where I like to be, which is where I am now. And then something will spike it off, and it will feel a lot worse than what it probably actually is, because you've got used to being in that calmer, better place with your tinnitus. So I don't think, the bottom line with my answer is, I don't think your cranial sacral therapy session would have made your tinnitus worse. I think it's made it better, but then it's returned to where it was before you had the session. So that's my answer. Okay, beeping going on over there from my phone. Now there was something else I wanted to talk about tonight. I had a post from my friend Flavia, and we've known each other through YouTube for quite a while now, Flavia. And you've written, presently I'm having a deeper down because of an abusive person in my life who's supposed to be a friend, but who himself is an unhealthy person with unaddressed emotional issues. So he's hurtful. He is hurtful to those around him. I don't live with this person, but he has been at the forefront of my life. This is a huge trigger for worsening my tinnitus. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I had this. Without going into too much detail, if there is someone in your life who, when they're around you, they're either not understanding your condition, or worse, they actually make your condition worse with your tinnitus, or they are feeding from you, or perhaps a better way of putting it is, if you know somebody or you're involved with somebody, and weigh up the benefit, the positive versus the negative. That's what I'm trying to say. Weigh up the positive versus the negative of this relationship with this person. And I've had this. And if the negative is outweighing the positive of this relationship with this person, cut them loose. Okay, be selfish. Think of yourself. Stop worrying about them and cut them loose. Of course, it's more difficult when it's family. Okay, that's more difficult. But if this person can be cut loose and they're having a negative impact on you, right, and you can, and it's possible, then just cut them out. Think of yourself, be selfish, and think of yourself, and get rid of them. Okay, I've done this and I don't regret it for a second, because the negative impact this person was having on me, right, why would you carry on with that? Why would you carry on with that? I think a lot of people do this for fear of, they don't want to come across as rude, or not being compassionate, or just impolite. Well, sometimes you have to think of yourself and cut them loose. That's what I wanted to say about that to anyone that's suffering this. because I know a couple of people have written to me about other people that are making them worse with their condition, and that you do not need. You need people around you that are caring, that help you and are understanding. And I'm very, very lucky, just to put this out there, to have someone like Amanda who looks after me, and she's been fantastic with everything. So I'm lucky. So you need people like that around you to help you, not people that make you feel worse. I think that's it for tonight's video. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am much better. Well, I'm fine. I'm not hearing my tinnitus at all. And to say again, please keep on your path to recovery. Take time for yourself. Ironically, Julian has done a very similar video on this subject himself on his channel, so you may want to go and check that one out as well, because he's basically saying what I'm saying to you now. Yeah, keep on your path, keep your practices up, don't get complacent. When you get to the place where you're not hearing your tinnitus, like myself, don't think you can just stop using the methods that got you there. You need to keep on with your weekly practices and methods and stay on your path to recovery, and I don't intend to make that mistake again. Anyway, thanks all for your posts as always, and I hope to see you again soon in my next video, and best wishes to you all, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.